The realtor called it a fresh start. A two-story farmhouse on the edge of the Texas pines, its peeling white paint and wraparound porch hiding the rot beneath. Mom said the price was too good to pass up. A steal for this much land? She'd laughed, her voice tinny over the phone. But when I stepped out of the U-Haul that first evening, the air felt heavy, like the woods were holding their breath. Dad joked about the overgrown cemetery half a mile back, its rusted iron gates sagging open. Built in 1865, the listing said. They didn't mention the unmarked graves, not until we found them. The pool was Mom's idea. We'll host barbecues, she said, marking the spot with spray paint. But the shovel hit something solid 6 feet down. A rotted wooden plank, then another. Coffin lids splintered and caved in. Bones poked through the dirt, yellowed and small. A child's. Dad called the police, but the deputy just shrugged. Old slave cemetery, he said, lighting a cigarette. County records lost it. You're fine. That night, I heard scratching beneath my bed. When I turned on the light, the floorboards were clawed raw. Mom started sleepwalking. I'd find her in the backyard at 3 a.m., barefoot in the dirt, murmuring names we didn't recognize. Elias, Martha. Her hands were always filthy, like she'd been digging. One morning, she showed me her arms, bruises, deep and purple, shaped like fingers. They're angry, she whispered. Dad blamed stress, but the kitchen cabinets began slamming shut on their own. Dishes shattered in the sink. Cold spots followed us, even in July. The photos came next. Polaroids left on the porch, blurry shots of us sleeping, eating, staring out windows. No footprints in the mud, no cars on the road. The sheriff said it was kids, but the dates on the photos didn't make sense. One showed Mom pregnant, clutching her stomach. She'd had a hysterectomy years ago. That's when the whispers started. A man's voice rasping through the vents at night. You took our place. Now we'll take yours. Dad tried to fill the graves. He bought a bag of quicklime from the hardware store, his hands shaking as he poured it into the pit. The next morning, his truck was gone. We found it miles deep in the woods, engine still running, headlights cracked. The seats were smeared with mud that reeked of sulfur. His phone lay on the dash, recording a voicemail. 12 hours of static and a single sentence. You can't bury us twice. Mom's cough turned bloody. The doctor said it was stage 4. Aggressive, unexplained. She lasted 3 weeks. At the funeral, the preacher's mic cut out as they lowered her casket. A gust of wind knocked the tombstone sideways, exposing fresh soil underneath. That night, I packed a bag, but the highway kept looping me back to the house. GPS showed straight roads, but the odometer spun backwards. My gas tank stayed full. The new family moved in last month. I watched them from the tree line, a couple with twin girls, their laughter echoing through the pines. They're digging a garden where the pool used to be. The man's shovel strikes wood. He kneels, brushing dirt off a skull. The wife screams. I want to warn them, but my voice won't work. The shadows behind the house are stirring. They're taller now, hungrier. Sometimes I still hear Mom's voice. It crackles through baby monitors left in dumpsters, static bleeding into words. Don't let them in, don't let them... The rest drowns in a scream. I've stopped sleeping, stopped eating. The mirrors here show things. A woman with no eyes, a boy chewing on a rat. They press their palms against the glass, fogging it with breath I can smell. Rotten meat, wet soil. The realtor's website lists the house again. Price reduced. The photo shows our old couch, mold blooming up the walls. In the corner of the frame, a shadow leans forward, its head tilting. I drive past every night. The new family's car is gone. The windows are boarded up. But there's light in the attic. A flickering, like a candle. Last Tuesday, a girl's face appeared. Pale, screaming. It wasn't one of the twins. They found Dad's truck yesterday. Abandoned near the Louisiana border, the cab filled with pine needles and teeth. The detective asked if I knew anyone who'd want to hurt him. I laughed until I choked. Behind her, the interrogation room's fluorescence buzzed. Click, 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 like a film reel stuttering. When she left, the recording device played back my voice, warped and deep. You shouldn't have left us in the dark. The screen flickers as I write this. Something's typing back. Inspired by the Black Hope Curse, a real-life Texas haunting linked to a desecrated 19th century cemetery, documented in police reports and survivor testimonies.